Okay, guys, what I have here is a tray of sand, and we're going to model some of the features or ways that glaciers affect the landscape. Okay, so now I've got my little sandbox back, and I've created some mountains, and obviously these mountains are made out of sand, they're not made out of rock, so it's a little bit different. But as glaciers move down through valleys and mountains, they actually can affect the surface of the rock pretty substantially. I'm going to show you how that works. I'm going to put my glacier here, and I'm just going to move it forward. Obviously, this is not exactly how a glacier moving works, but as it moves through the valley, it sort of pushes through, and you can see, hopefully, that the valley has changed. This area here has gotten wider. We're going to talk about this, and we're going to remodel this in a few days. But for right now, hey Charlotte, how are you? In a few days, we're going to show what this valley is called. It's a new type of valley. But basically, here we see that the glacier moved through the valley and it made the valley wider. That widening is caused by weathering and erosion by the sheer weight of that glacier cracking and picking up and pushing the rocks. Now, as glaciers move down the hill, they pick up lots and lots of sediment, and the sediments get stuck to the bottom and get moved from one place to the other. Sediments, rocks, even things that are as large as like boulders can get picked up by glaciers. Because remember, glaciers can be hundreds of meters, if not thousands of meters thick, even miles thick. And so they can pick up lots of things that you would think look enormous and that I would think look enormous, but are actually quite tiny compared to the glacier. So I've got a model glacier here, and you can see I've frozen inside of it some of the sediments that would have been stuck to the bottom. And we obviously saw that the glacier moved down the hill, and it moved down the hill, and it moved some of the sediments in the rocks. And as it does that, it eventually ends up sort of at the bottom of the mountain. Now, eventually, the earth warms and glaciers melt. And when the glaciers melt, we're going to see what happens when the glacier has moved to the out of the mountains and out of the valleys, and we're going to see what happens there after it melts. So I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to stop this video. We're going to make a new one in a little while. I'm going to see what happens after this, after my glacier has melted.